Obviously, we're living in times that none of us expected, and I think nobody saw it coming or anticipated that we would be pretty much locked down and at home with families, which isn't a bad thing. But obviously for business, that's a tough thing. I think I want to say a huge thank you to all the team at Hairdressers Journal. They have done a phenomenal job of pulling together virtual content, and hopefully for you guys to feel involved, be able to ask questions. And we're really open to suggestions, ideas, if anybody wants to offer themselves up to be on the video, to offer a subject matter, anything you want us to see or talk about, then please, please, please talk to us and tell us. You can either direct messages. I'm still waiting for Bruno, so I'm not quite sure where he is. So if somebody could give him a call, that would be great. Just to ask him to log in. I think we've had lots of business sessions. We've also had lots of creative sessions. And actually, I'm delighted that we've worked with VTCT so that all of these videos can give you CPD points as we do at the exhibition. So at the end, there'll be a link when you go to YouTube, and all the content that the guys have been doing, or the team have been doing this week, is up on our sites and live on YouTube. So it's, you know, there's some great stuff. Bruno is here. Bruno, click request to join live. I can see that, Keeks. Thank you for asking him to click. He's also talking to my son. So now there are lots of people requesting to join the video, but we don't want lots of people to join the video at this moment in time. So Bruno, if you could come live with us. We're going to be talking this morning about how to motivate and keep your team calm during these uncertain times. I'm sure there'll be lots more that we talk about. Knowing Bruno, there'll be loads more as well. You all know him, I'm sure. He was president of the fellowship, of which he did a phenomenal job, but also is one of the four brothers that owns the 5 salon group, Marc Anthony. They are in the south of England, hugely successful team for success in the British Hairdressing Awards. Hello, Laura. Good to see the team are checking in. Just actually, they've given me the keys to the Instagram account, which in itself is a surprise, but they're just checking that I'm not completely messing it up. So there's lots on the content. So coming up later today, we've also got, I think Keisha's going to be talking to Kai about utilising social media while distancing. And also we've got a virtual wellness class at 6 o'clock tonight, which we'd really like you guys to get involved in. Now, I keep seeing lots of people asking to view, but none of them are Mr. Bruno, got him. Waiting, it says waiting for Bruno, Marc. So hopefully, hey, gorgeous. I thought you were going to leave me on my own there. Bruno, you're on mute. Can you hear us? Hang on, Bruno, if you turn your phone off, so tell him to cut that off. I think he was actually talking to, right. Hey, Bruno, we can see your gorgeous face, but we can't hear you currently. Are you there? Hang on, hopefully, Bruno, can you hear us? He can hear me? Bruno, are you on mute or? Hang on a minute, guys. Sorry about the technical issues, guys, but Bruno said for a change, we can't hear Bruno, which is unusual for anyone who knows him. So he's maybe messing about to try and do something else. We saw, oh, he's gone. Hold on. So I think he's probably going to try and rejoin us. For anyone who knows Bruno, and most of you do know Bruno, that's the first time I've ever heard him silent. So I'm assuming if he's on his phone, he can just use his phone to chat happily. So anyway, back to what we've been up to. So we've also had videos this week, and I will keep waiting. Joseph Ferraro, haha, Bruno, what a legend. Yeah, thanks, Joseph, but I would like it to be on the call talking to me. Oh, hang on, Bruno Marc has requested me to, here we go. Let's add him again and see what happens this time. We're waiting. Come on, Bruno, it's connecting. Bruno, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, at last.
That was the longest 5 minutes of my life.
Oh my God, sorry, Jayne.
I've just had a comment that said maybe Bruno's doing Bruno pump, but I'm glad to see that you're kind of dressed. You don't have a wig on, and you don't have scissors. Come on, Bruno. You're getting lots of abuse, mate. Come on, Bruno.
Right, let's go.
I did say it's the first time I've ever heard you silenced.
I know. I was chatting away, and I'm like, I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me, obviously.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. So we're going to talk this morning about motivating, keeping the team motivated, and yourselves actually as directors. And the thing for me, this kind of came about because you were one of the first people I spoke to as the business went into lockdown. And you were phenomenally organised about talking to landlords, talking to banks, having a plan for the team. So would you just share a bit of that with everybody?
Well, first of all, I've got to do a couple of shouts out because we're live and we've got friends all over the world. So my team, Marc Anthony, dare I say, I'm missing you all and I love you all. And my Joyco international team and all our Joyco family around the world love you because they've all sent in beautiful messages of support. So that's that done.
Okay. You missed my love for my team right at the beginning, and I do miss them all desperately.
Of course. All the hairdressing in eternity have been just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We've all been there supporting each other. There's been so many helpful people online and on Facebook. I'm going to do a shout out. Colette Osborne is one. I mean, she's taken
phenomenal.
Yeah, she's taking it and run with it and helping everybody. I've been giving support, obviously, to my own team, my own family, and lots of other hairdressers that have been phoning me, asking me what to do, questions. I mean, we're all in this together in the sense that it happens so quickly. You know, 1 week we're working, next minute lockdown. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's hit us like a thunderbolt. And, you know, I'm speaking and getting support from as many close friends as I can in the industry about the business side of it, because there's businesses out there. I don't class myself as a relatively huge business, but, you know, there's salon owners that have got one salon, there's others got 10 and 20, and we're all in the same boat. Yeah. As Clive from Mob said to me, the only difference is you put another nought on. It's crazy times for everybody, and I just think we've all got to stay positive and have a bit of fun. You know,
yeah, I agree.
We've got to think of the fun times and let's make some memories. I mean, I said to my wife this morning, we actually sit down now at breakfast, and our topic is what we're going to have at lunchtime. And what are we going to do for evening? And shall we crack a bottle or a beer, or what are we going to do? That's what we're talking about. It's crazy. Once you've done all the cleaning, the odd jobs, the dusting, the bins, the lawn, you know.
Have you jet washed everything?
Punch bag a few times. It is crazy for everyone. And my team, I'm trying to support them. Obviously, we've got our own Facebook page. We've got our own WhatsApp group where everyone liaises. I mean, I see Gary and Michael last night. They put out there the great applaud for the NHS, linked that with all their phones. Mark Leeson is doing amazing things. They're playing bingo with all their team through connection. So there's loads of ways everyone can get and support each other. I mean, I feel, yes, we're in lockdown. It's hard. I can't see my family and friends, but then there's others of my friends which are living on their own. Yeah, that's hard. That is hard. And obviously, a lot of my male friends have just got a box of tissues and watching pictures on the screen. And but they can't get out. You know? You've got to have a bit of fun and, you know, try and keep everyone with a bit of laughter and humour. I think that's the way forward. But we've got to take on board that people are dying out there. And it's not just with coronavirus. There's loads of other diseases, you know, cancer, leukemia, all the other everyday diseases that people are suffering with. And I think we forget that. The coronavirus is serious, but there's loads of other diseases out there as well that is serious. Yeah, no, there are. And your team, so how did you approach, when we knew it was coming, you were very methodical, I felt, about the way you kind of went through the process. Obviously, we all had our managers. I've got great managers, and we announced it to our team, individually, and we said, look, we're going to all be in this together. We're going to look after you. We liaised with our accountant, Newman & Co, ASAP. And it's kind of, you can't react. You can only react as quick as the TV's giving you it. I mean, the government with this furlough payment have been brilliant. I mean, my family in Italy are getting nothing. Yeah. And they've been in lockdown since the end of January. So, you know, there is something there for everybody. We've just all got to reevaluate our spending, the way we're living at the moment, it's going to be tight for everybody. But as I've tried to reassure our teams, we're going to get through this together. We're hopefully not going to lay people off, but we're taking it, you know, week by week, month by month, and getting the feedback from the government. And obviously we want them to help more, as much as possible. There is people out there, you know, I was watching the news and I want to keep it positive, but America are in a terrible state. We've got an amazing NHS, which are just phenomenal. And the government is putting money out there with the furlough payments to help as many people as he can. So I do think we've got to look at the glass half full and the positivity that we've got going on in the UK, rather than some of the other negatives that are coming in from other areas.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning, somebody's just said, where can they get advice about what's available from the government? And I appreciate the business help came before the kind of freelance self-employed help. And actually, there are links on the HDI website, but the National Hair and Beauty Federation are doing a phenomenal job of keeping the site updated with the latest links to all the government. So please go and check that out when you're asking, for those of you that are asking. And I have to say, Bruno, Leanne Reagan's just given you a shout out to say that you've been phenomenal. You phoned her straight away, said freeze your costs. So what's the kind of, I mean, you've obviously done it for your own business, but for those that are still not sure what they should be doing, give us a step on what you did.
A lot of businesses have got accountants or financial advisors. I would speak to them ASAP. I mean, our accountant has been fantastic. I mean, obviously my sister-in-laws Julie and Sue have been working 24/7 around the clock, liaising with Tim Newman, our accountant, and getting as much information as possible. I mean, those websites you gave out are fantastic. Colette, when I see Colette put something up which I think, oh yeah, I could use that, I'm off and I'm sending that across.
And actually, just to tell people to find the information that Colette, I mean, she's doing an incredible job. I mean, talk about working 24/7 to support the industry. She is a salon owner, Colette Osborne, for those of you that don't know. But she set up a Facebook group called Salon Owners United. So it is for salon owners. It's not being discriminatory, but at the minute it's aimed at salon owners. So for any salon owners out there, please check it out. Request to be a member. You'll be accepted if you're a salon owner. And she's putting great, as you've just said, fantastic information in there.
I've just had a question.
How do brothers cope?
Brothers do you cope? Do you know what? When we're together, we scream and shout a lot. At the end of the phone, we still scream and shout a lot. And it's pressure on all of us. You know, as families, we've got 5 salons, rents to uphold, bills to pay. You know, we've got nearly 70 staff to look after that have been with us years, and like every hair salon, they're your extended family. So it is pressure, and I'm quite good at dealing with it because I'm not one that lets breeze blocks build up on my shoulders. And I've said this before, and I don't want to go down a sad route, but I look at my daughter who's in a care home, and I've always drawn strength from her. And I think, do you know what, Bruno? There's always someone worse off. So always try and think of the glass half full and move on, and you can get through this. And I think my wife and daughter are suffering because they've got crazy dad at home. And, you know, we're not used to having breakfast together, midday meal lunch together, evening meal together. I mean, I find I'm like doing things like in the bathroom, I'm washing my teeth for longer. I'm in the shower for longer. Like you phoned me yesterday and I was scrubbing everywhere.
That was awkward.
What do you do? It's kind of, you know, it's like you've got all this time, which I've never had since the days I was at school and had my summer holidays. You know, so I think everybody's in the same boat, but, you know, there are people, it's worse. In parts of the world, they haven't got food. In Syria, people are being bombed every day. We just got to stay in, you know. So let's put it in perspective. That's what we've got to do. Yeah, we've got a garden, so we're lucky. We're not in a high-rise flat. But, you know, this is all we've got to do is stay in. And hopefully it will be 6 weeks and not 12 weeks. But who knows? Who knows?
And what did you do for your salons? Have you spoken to landlords? I mean, is that how you've managed it?
Or Julie and Sue, we've put letters out to all our landlords.
Right.
And some of them have been helpful. Some of them have said, could you just pay a little? I think everyone understands. And I think, you know, in our letters, the government is supporting us in the sense that No landlord can kick you out.
No.
No landlord's going to come at you with courts and all the rest of it. We've all got this breathing time. So I try not to worry about things like that. You know, I think it's more important about your immediate family and your lifestyle within your house or your four walls and how you get through that. I mean, yes, it is there at the back of my mind about all the other things, but you know, it's business. Everyone's in the same boat, and I'm sure we're going to get through this. And I'm sure our government, the longer this goes, is going to have to reevaluate and sort out bigger issues, because we pay tax, VAT, like every business, and that is a massive effect on the economy. Hairdressing alone brings in billions, as we all know. So not just our business, but other businesses. So I think we will be looked after, or I hope we are anyway.
Yeah. And how are you, or are you keeping in touch with clients? Because obviously there's a lot of activity on social media about clients.
The first week, I mean, obviously this is week 2. I mean, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. We've been closed. And the first week we had a lot of clients, messaging me on Facebook. And I actually put a little short VT out there.
Oh, we might have lost your, hang on, that's it.
Yeah,
sorry, Bruno.
cool. I said, look, guys, we have a lot of clients. We love you all, and we want to get back to you as soon as we can. But the only way we can do this is by staying safe and staying away from you. And I know you're going to contact the team, because we all can on Facebook and social media. But for your safety and my team's safety, please stay away. And so that was the message I tried to relay. And as far as colour goes, and box colours and salon colours, I don't really care, because our clients come to us for a journey. We are the doctors, the mothers, the psychiatrists. We're everything in the salon. They come to us to offload. And I'm sure when they do come back, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be like Christmas for possibly 6 weeks. So, and, you know, we're going to be doing things like my brother went on local radio and mentioned how we're going to do NHS staff Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays for free cut and blow dries. We're going to give shampoo and conditioner away free. Everything just to boost morale within our community. And I think it's great that Royston and Nick, they set off, they're going to do a Sunday for all the NHS staff. And I see Mia from Francesco Group have jumped on it as well. So, you know, I think as a hairdressing industry, we deal with people. And that is what we do every day. So I feel we have got great experience with socialising with people and feelings. And as an industry, we always come together and we pull it out the bag somehow.
Oh, I agree. I've been asked actually about industry events with kind of British Hairdressing Awards, because obviously we organise some of the biggest events. The plan is actually that they will continue, because we have to believe that this is a short period of difficult time, and that the industry is going to bounce as we come out of this. We have made changes to the entries for the BHA, which actually, Bruno, you were one of the people I consulted about that. So we've pushed the entry date back to the end of August. What would have been the second round of judging is now the first round, and then the second round will be at Salon International. If we need to make further changes, we will absolutely look at that, but the plan is we will continue. But we are asking for only 6 pictures, which actually came from you, Bruno. So
yeah, I mean, I think 6 pictures is a fantastic help, because we're allowed 2 weeks and 1 hairpiece, so that means we can cut down our models to 4, or if you're really clever, 3. So that's a big saving. Extending the date is phenomenal. I mean, obviously, all my friends and people like, you know.
Oh, let's hope that connection. Go on.
Calling me the clothes stylist. Everybody at the moment are out of jobs. So we have backdated our shoot till July, if it happens, and if we're hopefully out of lockdown, fingers crossed. So, yeah, I mean, that was really helpful what you did. Phenomenal.
No, and we've done the same with the Business Awards in terms of push the entry date back, and the event will now be on the 14th of September. So again, we've moved that back. And actually, in some ways, salon owners and stylists have got time now to sit and think about those things and use those kind of awards to analyse their business almost. Do you know what I mean? You know, you can go through that entry process and think about what you've done well and not done well. Yeah.
I mean, when I spoke to you back, what was about 6-8 weeks ago, and I said that possibly we might not be shooting the way things were going. And then when we discussed it together, and I think that makes it a lot easier for all of the industry to, you know, get those half a dozen looks in. And, do you know, the BHAs is the event of our industry. And I'm not just saying it because you're there, Jayne, but there are hundreds of awards or thousands of awards in our industry now. But I think the pinnacle, the ultimate, is the BHAs. To have one of those ladies, silver ladies in your hand, I mean, every hairdresser just dreams about that. So, you know, it's been part of my life for over 20 years. I've been going. I had long hair and a mullet when I first started going. So,
I can find those pictures and post them if you'd like me to.
Yeah. I think by the end of it, I'm coming out with my clients. I'm growing my hair. I'm not shaving till all this is over. So
no, you have to shave.
Simon Tuckwell. I might have a Tuckwell going on, depending how long we're going to be.
Well, I am absolutely committed. I will be growing this baby out and the fringe will be down here, but I'm waiting. It will not be being touched.
I mean, I love it that all people are doing these editorials on Facebook and social media, but when you've been doing hairdressing for 40 years plus, they bore me. I won't say it.
No, don't say that.
I won't say it, but I like Pete Kai, who's a great friend of mine. Kai, you know Kai. He put a brilliant one up on Facebook of cutting his own hair, and he looked immaculate. And I said, Kai, I want to see chunks missing. I want to see holes. I want to see it all going wrong. I don't want to see him looking neat and perfect and looking like the male model. So that's why when I did that Bruno pump, it was a bit of a light Mickey take, you know, chopping out fringe and poking out her eye and all the rest of it. Because I just think we've got to have the humour and fun, like I said before. Yeah. And, you know, I will be doing Bruno pump on Sunday because we will be coming into week 3.
Brilliant.
So I've got my nice leotard ready.
Oh, great. I have to say, Sean Dawson asked right at the beginning of this chat, he thinks that you're probably got your leotard on from the waist down. Don't share.
I have not. I've got my joggers on, Sean. I've got my joggers on.
I love that. I love that. Nah. So in terms of clients, and we know that hairdressers are being contacted by clients saying, oh, I'm sure it'd be all right if you could come to the house. I mean, absolutely, it isn't all right.
No, it's not. It's a no-no. If I can't go and see my mum and dad.
Yeah, I'm with you. Absolutely.
They're literally a couple of miles away from me, and they're in their late 70s, and they're going through hard times at the moment. My dad being Italian, and we've got all family over there. Yeah. So, and I can't go there to support them. I cannot see how a hairdresser can go and do hairdressing at home. And what I would say to them, if you want to do that, you're putting that person and yourself in a position where it's life-threatening.
And potentially more people, Bruno, because we're locked down, so we don't spread.
They do not understand. I mean, I've been following Italy since January, and even like Marc is over there, and he can't get back to see his son. And they're looking at us like we're crazy, because I think the government has said, yes, stay in. But, you know, even Dr. Hillary, he says, stay in, but go for your nice long exercise walks and go for, you know, it's like how many times you go out for a walk, how many times, there is kind of, it's got to be set in stone, a little bit more clarity that staying in means save lives 100%. I mean, I haven't been going out, I've been staying in, and my wife has gone out this morning because we got horses because she had to go to the stables, and that has to be done. But other than that, I'm stuck in here and running around my garden, jumping up on my trampoline, and just trying to be a total twat, really.
And I mean, obviously, people like new salon owners who don't have that experience. You know, you've got 40 years experience and you've got 3 brothers to talk to. If you're a new salon owner or a salon owner on their own, this is a tough time.
Yeah, but you know,
it's tough for everyone. But
it is very tough, Jayne. You've given out great links already, but you know, our Facebook, I mean, I think these hairdressers, that we're all on Facebook, and 80% of my people that follow me are hairdressers. Yeah. So we can all exchange ideas. Yeah. We all contact one another, and so many have made up messenger groups, WhatsApp groups, so we're all talking. And you know, you've only got to reach out. What I'd say, any hairdresser out there that's on their own or feel pressure, just reach out. There are hundreds of hairdressers out there, and I normally find the ones at the top of the industry, i.e. the top of the industry, they are so humble and giving, and they share their knowledge 1000%.
Yeah, I would agree. And that also goes for all the freelancers who are out there too, because they're all part of the community. I've noticed is hairdressing has been a phenomenally positive community through all this. And actually, we just need to keep that, be kind and care for everybody. And, you know, everyone is available to everybody if people ask, but they just have to ask.
Do you know, I mean, WhatsApp groups with the whole of the Joyco European team.
Yeah.
You know, we've got our Irish girls that are in the team. They are doing social media and blogging and keeping everyone happy. You know, I've got my own team, Marc Anthony. One of the girls put up yesterday, a little girl cooking chocolate cake, and there's chocolate sauce everywhere. And it just gives everyone a lift, you know?
Yeah,
and I
get that.
This is what we've got to keep doing and sharing, because, you know, some of the girls that work for me are single mums and they're on their own with their little girl. And I said, let's just put it out there. If it's silly, whatever, just gives everyone to talk about and keeps you all in touch with each other. And I think that's the key, you know? And I think 2, 3 months, 4 months, however long this is going to take, let's make memories in these times and let's have some fun, because memories is what you lock onto. And if you can throw in a bit of laughter, then I think that's all better for it.
You know, and there have been some great initiatives, haven't there? So we've mentioned already, and someone asked again, it's Salon Owners United is the Facebook group. And I believe that Colette's now doing a freelance group, or there is a freelance group on Facebook. So we will find out. And if one of the team from HJ can post that, that would be fabulous on the chat, if you know the name of it. We've got the Big Fat Hairy Quiz next week. I don't know if you've seen, so people can virtually compete in that. Something that Joe Robertson from Wonderful Brands has been pushing out, which is a great idea. You mentioned the National Hairdressing Sunday that Nick and Royston Blythe, it's their initiative. And actually, I mean, what a lovely way to say thank you to the NHS, who are putting themselves right at the forefront of this. So the idea is that the first Sunday that we are out of lockdown, salons will give themselves over where they can to offer complimentary appointments to NHS staff, just to say thank you from the hairdressing industry.
I mean, me and Simon, I mean, obviously Simon, my brother, he's got leukemia and he's applied to help. And I applied to help the NHS and we went online, but they've got 750,000 applicants already. And we were told, you know, leave it a couple of weeks. But Simon, obviously, he's high risk and he's still...
Still putting himself out there, though.
He's always led the way, and you know, we love each other, but we argue a lot with each other. And but I always look up to him, because in these times, there's all of us which are uncertain, but he is one of the vulnerable ones. So
so you need to keep him safe.
Exactly. But he thinks he's Superman, and he just wants to go out delivering and driving a Tesco's bus or truck.
So I have to ask, what happens with the bike ride this year?
The bike ride was cancelled. Our regatta has been cancelled. Wimbledon's been cancelled.
I know.
I think the only thing at the moment that hasn't been cancelled is Royal Ascot, but I think it will be.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. If the BHAs, and I hope it does go on, I think that's going to be one hell of a party for all of us. And
oh, no.
Pressure on you, Jayne, if it happens. But, you know, like I said, I've got so many friends I'm talking to daily in our industry. And there's past friends who I pick up the phone to. And likewise, they do the same with me. Yeah. And I'm always on hand for anybody and everybody.
No, I appreciate that. There is a group, it's Salon Freelancers United, which is and then the Salon Owners United on Facebook. So for all those that are interested, then apply to join those groups. Colette's done a fab job with that. So we have to look forward and to when we'll be, you know, talking about when it comes up on our Facebook memories next year that we were locked in and talking to each other from home on HJ's Instagram. What's your kind of thinking on planning for post-lockdown in terms of, well, business and personal, if you're prepared to share? I mean...
well, my personal, I'll lose my house, go bankrupt, and have to give back my car. No, I'm joking. You know, my personal, I honestly, this sounds a bit flippant, but you know, I've frozen everything I can freeze on my personal. I spoke with my personal bank manager, who is lovely, Jay, and that was all sorted out. With the business, Julie and Sue have done brilliantly in contacting all our landlords and frozen what we could. We've closed all our salons down. We've taken everything out. Yeah. I think most of our landlords, or 80%, understand the situation that everybody's in. But I just think one of the tips I would give is you have to communicate. You can't just run away and think, oh my God, it's going to go away. You know, communicate with them, email them, don't do phone calls, have that paper trail, so you're covered. And, you know, we are literally taking it month by month. You know, the furlough payment is 1 month, and then we go through to the next month and just see, because we still have 5 businesses that we have to pay bills to. And obviously a lot of the chats I'm involved in, everyone pays themselves dividends. Yeah. So we're open to very small amount of personal furlough pay, which I get it. We take dividends to save tax, but then we pay a fortune in VAT and corporation tax. Of course. So, you know, we are people that are getting hit hard, and, you know, we need a bit of support as well. And I know people think, oh yeah, but you're the bosses, you got loads. Well, you know, everybody today, it's great when the money's coming in, but then when it stops, that's when the panic. And yeah, it can stop from 1 month, 2 months, possibly. But then when it comes 3 or 4, then it gets crazy times. Everybody is in this together. And I just think sharing your stress and your frustrations and your worries with other people, that is massive, because, you know, you should not be piling up these bricks or blocks, I call them, on your shoulder. Let them go. Yeah. At the end of the day, who cares? You know, as long as you got your health and you can smile and you got your immediate family, that's what's important. All the other stuff, it's at the back of my head, but I don't let it, you know, land on me like it's heavy. And I've got lots of friends out there which, you know, some of them suffer from a little bit of depression, and they worry. And I'm like, do you know what? Don't worry. At the end of the day, you have your house. And I will go back to it. My daughter gives me the strength, and I draw on her 100%. Nicole has been my, where I am today is because of her. Because anytime I've been scared, worried or nervous, I draw on Nicole. Yeah. So.
Well, it's about also having, it puts things into perspective, doesn't it? About what's important and what's not important. So
I can live on a piece of toast and a baked bean, I'm sure. It won't be a problem.
I think it might be a problem. Someone said, beautiful photo behind you. Is that your daughters?
Yeah, that's my twins. Charlotte, who works for Marc.
You see, we have that in common. It's the twin thing.
Exactly. Charlotte, who works for Marc Anthony in Henley, and Nicole, unfortunately, I can't see her because she's in her care home, and we normally have her own weekends, but we just can't see her. So,
that's tough. It is hard. Thank you, Bruno. We've had lots of positive feedback and questions. So if people have anything else to ask, then drop either us a note, or I'm sure Bruno's open to messages too from people. Oh, here we go. Someone's just said, for those who are worried and depressed, there are some amazing counselling and mental health offerings on Skype. Thank you, Louise. I think that is true. Mental health is a big issue at any time, and for some people, this is making it really, really tough.
I think I'm going to give a shout out to Colin McAndrews, because he put out there on Facebook, and he started off with the men, especially, and mental health, and he put the picture of him on his bike as the Hulk. Yeah,
I saw that.
And he started, and you know, a lot of the other guys have joined in. So I think, you know, it's all about doing these things and trying to support and get out there to everybody. Yeah. But, you know, it is hard, and I wish everyone all the success, and I'm sure we'll get through this, and God bless everybody.
Thank you, Bruno. Much love to you and all the Marc Anthony family. And
thanks to you, Jane, because I know we've been liaising a lot, and it's been good.
No, it's been great. Thank you. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, guys. And don't forget that check out the schedule on HJI, because I know Akeisha will be back this afternoon with Kai at 2 o'clock. And then, as I said, we've got our wellness session at 6. And also, don't forget that you can get CPD points for these by just going on to the website, and you can click the link and follow it. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers, Bruno. Lots of love.
Thanks, Angie. Bye.
Bye.